What's up, everyone, to another video, Full Speed Impulse. Today, we got some news for you, all right? So, you guys already know, maybe if you watch our videos, that we have an RM125 project that we haven't completed yet. We tore the motor apart, we need to get the crank sent out, haven't done it, all right? We also have the build on this black Jeep where we built that 354 that we still haven't done, which we actually have now swapped to a different engine setup that we haven't even talked about yet. And then on top of that, you know, like we got a lot of projects going on between doing maintaining, got the 230 and all that stuff. And we decided to sell the XR100 because we didn't need another project, right? So we got rid of the XR100, kind of cleaned our slate a little bit on trying to help us maybe knock some stuff out. So as soon as we did that, we were like, you know what we should do? We should buy another Jeep. And why not buy a Jeep that has problems that we need to fix, right? So here's what we got going on, guys. We picked up this, I think it's a 1995 Jeep Wrangler. Actually, a really nice Jeep. And it's got a solid frame all the way through. It just has a little rust flake at most, but you could hit this whole frame with a hammer and it is solid. Been well taken care of and all that, though you're going to maybe think differently, but just sometimes things happen. And we might get lucky on this job. We might not. We have a spare motor for it. Let me just show you guys. Let me show you guys what we got going on here. Look at that. Interior looks pretty good on this thing. Standard rip in the seat, but you'll have that. Oh boy. Well, yeah, we're gonna shut it off. Woo! So that's what we got going on. And the wife kind of wanted this Jeep as bad as we did. So we definitely have to get this running before the year's over so we can both enjoy driving around. So I got to pull this valve cover off. At first, I thought it was thudding from the bottom end, so I thought it was a crank, like the crank bearings. But it does sound like it might be more on the top end. We have this stethoscope or whatever it's called, but the thing is like super penetrating my ears and it's unenjoyable to use. So I'm just going to pull the valve cover off and we're going to check the top end. And the nice thing is you don't have to pull the head to get to lifters on these. You can kind of snake them out. So we're hoping it's just a bad lifter. So we'll see. That definitely could be a bad lifter. Guys, we got the valve cover off, and one of the things we noticed was you can see how these are all puddled up real nice. Well, the back one is not puddled up. And the first time actually where the motor was stroked, it seemed like all of them had good pressure, but now this one seems super sloppy. So stem's probably fine, but we're guessing the lifter is probably collapsed. So we're going to get these out. We already started breaking our bolts loose, and we're going to get that lifter out. We might have to get a special magnet to get that out, but supposedly we can snake the lifter out of there. All right, guys. Well, we might have just had a turn of events here. We do have our new lifters. They are soaking in the oil, and those lifters are bad. That one is, but we just went to go change our oil. That is a lot of shavings. And what I don't understand is that cam looks good. So it's not from the cam. We might have a bigger problem on our hands. We're gonna put those lifters in and see what happens. But I think we got something else happening here. All right, guys, so we didn't know which direction we were going with this video. First, this video just started out as a, hey, this is what we got going on. When we find out it's just a lifter wrong with this thing, then we're like, well, now this is like a how-to video. Then it turned into, we're so far in the shit right now that we don't know which side's up because that motor is hurt. I pulled the oil plug out because we're going to obviously change the oil before we start the motor. And clumps of metal came out. I mean, not like chunks, but just like clumps of it. Just that something gave out and that motor turned into a milling machine because she's just putting shavings all over the place. So what we got here is Patches, and she's done, guys. We're finally retiring her because we have another Jeep I could talk about off-roading, blah, blah, blah. Let's not get too deep in this video just talking. So we got the motor out of that, and we're going to put it in the other Jeep. So now that we got this out, and we started like taking most of it apart on this thing, so we only got a couple things, suspension, and maybe a couple light bars, and then a hard top, and this thing's out of here. We're done with her. So she was really good to us, but we're going to get that other Jeep in here, and we're going to get that motor yanked out, but we're going to do a little bit more video footage of that, not only so you guys can see what's going on, but so I know how to put the thing back together. So let's get at it. All right, guys, we're trying to get motivated here, so let's look at our wiring, what we got going on. We got to get our heater hoses off here. We have our wiring that goes through here, which we have to disconnect. Taking off our starter is going to eliminate a lot of issues. Also, taking off our alternator is going to help out a lot. We're going to come over here, and we have to take our pump off also, and that's going to allow us to set this to the side to bolt onto the new motor. And then we have some of our lines like this we're going to unhook. And then we have our some vacuum lines that go down in here. This line goes here to that. And then let's see, we got this line here. That's going to go all the way over to our east, or that's like a map sensor, I believe. Then we have our fuel injector here. This is already off. So we got to unplug all this stuff, but it's not going to be too big of a deal, because nice thing is once you get off set to the side, we'll get the other motor in. It all kind of has its layout, so once you start following the kind of the line how it went, it should be good. We already have a couple things unplugged here, it looks like. We got to make sure that goes to that. Oop, that popped right off. Okay. So, all right, and that's already off. Okay. And then as far as for our fuel, we unplug right here from this. And then that's going to stay. We're going to push that to the side, and that'll hook up to the new motor. So we're going to just get at it, guys. We're going to get this all unplugged, and we're going to get the motor yanked out. One thing we learned, too, is draining the oil and taking the oil filter off. It's going to help us get that out. We had a little bit of issue last time just because it hangs down a little lower. We're getting hung up on the motor mount here. And it was causing us to have to pitch the engine at a little bit of an angle, which was also fighting us on getting it out of the trans. So a couple of little knickknacks like that, but I think that's all we need to see, guys. Oh boy, we just started pulling the drain plug. Oh. That was literally just idle. That is so much shavings. Shoo! Well, yeah, I got some oil on the exhaust too, so that don't help.
Charge it.
Is it?
You're at 1440.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, skipping ahead, we got the Jeep all done, waxed, got that KBS coating on the frame, came out awesome. Got that KBS bed renew on the bumper. We got separate videos coming out for that stuff, guys. I mean, the Jeep is just great, running good. Ooh, got some blankets in here, but yeah, guys, she just came out so good. We're gonna be so. Woman's gonna be happy. We ended up building a subwoofer box. A little tight. Got our measurements off a little bit, but she's still in there and fits good. That's our old Fusion 12-inch sub. We've had that thing for a while. Had an amp on it too. We actually has our old sub, our ported box, but we ended up took it out. Had a flush mounted amp on the back. We made it flush mounted on the back side here, and it sounds good. Nice clean sound. All right, guys, appreciate you guys watching this video. I know the content's a little bit different than our normal stuff, but you guys know the deal. Until next time, we'll see you later.